Welcome to my channel. I have two channels now, one in Russian, one in English, and this is my English channel. And the name of this channel is Valery Morozov, Dialogue of Civilizations. And in my first video, I would like to explain why I called my video channel Dialogue of Civilizations. And the first reason, there are two reasons, and the first reason is that the New World Order is being forged now as and through interaction of civilizations, not just states or international organizations, but the most important civilizations are becoming the most important players and actors of the international relations. This interaction of civilizations is not just mere rivalry, nor a struggle for principles, ideals, moral values, or for dominance of one civilization over another. Their relations are developed on the basis of pragmatic principles, pragmatic interests. The most important thing also is that nations and the world as a whole, are shifting towards the operational principles of transnational corporations. And that is a very important fact. And transnational corporations become very important factor in the world affairs. Second or third even point here, which I want you to pay attention, is that no longer the technologies and the industries are created, developed, subordinated to the interests of state structures or public structures, clans, political figures and political parties or factions. The thing is that technologies and production becomes even more important factor than previously. And their influence and changing social structures, political structures, and they are becoming, along with intelligence and creativity, they are becoming the main and primary driving forces. Military technologies and production of weapons, military equipment, are no longer created and developed in the interests of ministries of defense or departments or political and state figures supervising defense industries, or even not in the interests of the main branches of the armed forces. Instead, armed forces and defense industries are being shaped and transformed by new ideas and new technologies. And they establish new productions, these technologies. They're becoming more and more important driving forces. Next point. This is not bipolarity or multipolarity, but a cartel model of global governance. That, that is built on overlapping mutual pragmatic interests and not on the shared values. That is what is being the foundation of the new world order. The combination of strategic duopolies is emerging. And the first duopoly that is being obviously now seen now is consists of Russia and the United States. Or let us put in the United States and Russia, because the United States plays driving force here. Also important field of the changes is the financial system. The new financial system is taking place, is forged, and integrating multiple currencies, including cryptocurrencies, financial subsystems, and they are based or developed by technologies and new ideas as the driving force, and not in the interests of state and financial institutions. Monetary gains is no longer the foundation and fundamental motive of development. Instead, money is created for and by the technologies and production. The UN, United Nations, and other international organizations have become obsolete and gradually fading away. A new league of governance and governing civilization, let me call it the Big Four: the US, Russia, China, and India, is rising. This league remains open, but to join it, other civilizations need to raise to the level of these Big Four. The second main point why I call it Dialogue of Civilization, my channel, is that unfortunately, through the history, that is the result of the historic development, cultural development, the people of the different civilizations don't understand each other very frequently. And not only because they don't know some realities or whatever, but because of mental differences. Deep understanding, different understanding of very important things. Say, for example, if Russians say saint, and it is being correctly translated from святой in Russian language to saint, but Russians and, for example, English people, British, Americans, and even Europeans, most of the Europeans, especially Western Europeans, they understand it, this word, in different way, because saint is different for them. If you take loser, it is the same. If you take hero, it is the same. You say hero in English, and the European will understand and see the hero in one way, or American especially. But a Russian will see it him in the other. This is for many years ago, about maybe 40, 50 years ago, it was paid attention to. And there were studies in Soviet Union with the participation of Americans, by the way, and Europeans. But they were stopped because they were not, supported by the states, by the leaders. these ideas of differences in civilization, they were not important for Marxist ideology, as well as ideology of democracy in the West. But now, in this situation, when the values of one civilization will not dominate the other one, but their relations are based on pragmatic interests, it is very important to understand properly each other. And that's why I decided to call my channel, video channel, Dialogue of Civilizations. So welcome, please subscribe, write your questions, put likes. And by the way, questions, I think once in a week, I'll answer the questions special. There will be special video blog to answer your questions. And next, my video, I think, maybe tomorrow, maybe after tomorrow, it will be devoted and connected with the changes that are being now we are going through in connection with the war in Ukraine, in the relationship between the West, the United States, and Russia, agreements reached by Putin and Trump in Alaska, and the perspectives of the conflict in Ukraine. Of course, it will not cover the whole problem, but few important points I'll be able to raise it. Thank you very much. Welcome once more.